Welcome to Garage419, and today we're going to answer some of your questions to the auto manufacturers directly from their mouths. And then I have Dave Champion from Consumer Reports back on the show, as well as Lawrence Ulrich from the New York Times to discuss these topics a little further. Now let's go to the clips. Here with Tom Plusinski, Product and Technology Communications Manager for BMW, here to answer one of our viewer questions.
All right,
now,
shoot.
Tom, the 135, awesome car. I love it. Everyone loves it. They're sold out for months. People want to know, though, why no lightweight version?
Well, a lightweight version would really be something that BMW M would do. So, you know, M would take over a car and they cut out some of the weight and the important places and so on and make an M car. There is no plan to make an M 135 or an M version of a 1 Series. So now it's up to the tuners. It's up to you to buy one and
all right,
take
so
it
I have to do it and hack out the weight myself?
I think so, yeah.
All right, well, I'll do that. Thanks for answering. Appreciate it. Do you think there should be a lightweight BMW 1 Series for the car enthusiast, Dave? What do you think?
Well, you know, the 135 is a phenomenal car, and it's almost like an executive sports car. It's so comfortable, quiet, and really nice to drive. For the real enthusiasts, yeah, I think there should be. You know, BMW sort of made their name with the 2002, which was a really lightweight sports car, and this 1 Series is coming back to that, but it's still a little on the bulky side.
Well, for instance, cloth seats aren't available, and you know, it's a lot of the technology type stuff is heavy. You know, what do you think about this?
Well, that's been the question, really, right? The two questions with the car was it's a little on the chunky side, and second, boy, it's a little bit pricey, maybe to bring the younger guy who's always dreamed of buying a BMW, and you know, making it a little more enticing, right? If you could strip some of that stuff out of there, maybe you could get it down into the low $30,000 range, put it a little closer to the a little step up from a GTI or a car like that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't need iDrive. I don't need, you know, the 10-way power seats. Give me a cloth manual seat, you know, some basic radio and air conditioning, and you're good, right?
He's a purist.
But that sort of marketplace, unfortunately, is relatively small.
Yeah.
You know, most of us that drive cars, you know, we like our electric windows, we like our power seats, especially heated.
Yeah.
You know, and as soon as you start adding that stuff on, the one gripe I have is that they bundle certain accessories together.
The packages will kill you.
The packages together. You know, if you want to get electronic stability control on some cars, you have to get a navigation system. You know, I just want the stability control. I don't want all this other stuff that comes with it. And they've arranged these packages so they make the maximum profit.
Driving an X6 recently, you know, started at $50,000 and was well over 70 by the time all was all done. Almost, you know, 50% more than the base price in options alone.
So would you guys suggest that maybe just having a performance package that bundled up the stability control and left off some of the extra gizmos would be a good idea?
Well, the complexity of building sort of like one-off because this buyer wants this, this, and this is very difficult for the auto manufacturers. That's why they stick them in bundles, so they build, you know, package 1, package 2, package 3, and put the cars out there. Unfortunately for us enthusiasts that really want sort of next to nothing on there, yeah, it's difficult to find because the average consumer, you know, they still want all the luxury bits to go with it.
Yeah.
And the same reason they tell you can't have a manual transmission. You know, more and more. Oh, well, 3% of you. It's like, well, what if I'm one of that 3%? You know, I guess I'm out of luck. But
yeah, we tested the Honda Accord with the 4-cylinder and the 5-speed manual. An absolutely beautiful gearbox. You know, anybody could live with that. Nice clutch, and we got an extra 2 miles per gallon out of a Honda Accord with just by having the going to a stick shift.
All right. I'm here with Steve Oldham, Northeast PR Manager for Nissan, and we had a fan question for you, which is they want to know if high performance and environmental concerns have to be mutually exclusive, or if you think there's a happy medium in there somewhere.
If you see right here is our new 2009 Maxima.
Okay.
And it's very fuel conscious. You get 26 on the highway, you get 19 in the city.
What kind of power?
290 horse, 3.5 liter. So you're getting that, you know, you're getting that sporty performance. You know, you get the sports seats, but it's also, you know, you're still getting good fuel economy. Cool. So I think you can blend the two very easily, and as you can see, we've done it with the Maxima.
Do you think that as the concerns with gas prices and things like that continue to rise, environmental issues and stuff like that, is the direction of the performance car, you think, going to be more environmental?
Yeah, I think. I mean, you could see that's where the industry is going. I mean, a lot of the manufacturers have fuel on the mind. I mean, that's where a lot of consumers are concerned. So, you know, I think it's definitely an avenue. I think
Yeah.
a lot of us will probably end up going down, but you know, we'll just have to wait and see. We'll see, you know, what happens within the environment, and but I think that may, you know, I think that might be where we may be headed.
Cool. Well, thanks a lot.
Hey,
Steve. Really
no
appreciate
problem.
it. You know, it's starting to look like good fuel economy, environmental friendliness, and real performance are becoming a little mutually exclusive. How do you feel about that?
Well, you know, I think we can maybe have our cake and eat it too. Yeah, maybe the days of, you know, BMW saying they're not going to do another V12 program, and you definitely got other automakers, you know, like, you know, as David mentioned, you know, some of these product plans, of course, were written in stone years ago, and there's a little bit of whoops going on, and, you know, and people probably wishing they had scaled back the mega power a little bit. But, you know, obviously, it looks like diesel might be, you know, like the godsend for all of us who like to drive fast.
I love the diesel.
And can't afford it, and still don't like to look down and be getting 12 miles per gallon in a car. You know, right? We've got that 1 Series hatchback that you were diesel hatchback that you were driving earlier, and, you know, plenty of cars that a European Accord that's going to show up here as a diesel TSX. We were testing that and getting just over 50 miles a gallon, but yet it's a pretty credible sports sedan.
What about like the Euro Focus RS, like something like the hot diesel hatch, that kind of thing?
Yeah, we've just got one of the new Jetta TDIs.
Yeah, how is it?
We're regularly getting, you know, 37, 38 miles per gallon overall, and that's, you know, city, highway, the whole lot.
Yeah.
And it's got oodles of torque. It's really quiet on the highway, and that torque, you know, somebody moves out of the way,
and the turbo kicks in, you're just
and
gone.
you're just gone.
Why do you think it is that Americans have such a hard time accepting that a diesel engine could be in a sports car?
I think in many ways GM killed it in the 70s when they basically took a gas engine and put diesel injectors
diesel heads on it and said,
and
okay, here you go.
Okay, away you go.
Yeah.
And, you know, everybody's still got the idea of the diesel, you know, big plumes of black smoke coming out the back. And,
I don't think
also,
the Hummers help with that.
Give you emphysema and cancer while it's at it, you know.
And the other issue is, you know, diesel's that much more expensive. You know, it's like 50 cents more a gallon.
But if you're getting 50 miles to the gallon, it's going to weigh out.
Oh,
you
yes.
know,
Yeah.
easily.
It's psychology though too. You know, we drove the Mercedes GL diesel down
How
to
great
North
is that
Carolina.
thing?
And, you know, I was getting solid 25 mile a gallon for the whole
I did
trip.
too.
But I also did a $110 fill up in the thing, and boy, it does like get you right in the heart. You know, when you're watching the money, you know, flow into this thing.
Yeah.
But right, if you do the math, obviously the premium of the fuel is being offset by the economy. Hopefully, maybe the oil companies will relent somehow and get price back. Yeah, if you would think if the price of diesel could get back anywhere near on par with gasoline, that's what it's going to take to really give jumpstart these things in the
that's gonna be
market.
good.
Everyone sometimes when they talk about environmentally friendly cars, all you want to hear about is rocket science, hybrids, and some pie in the sky technology. But the elephant in the room is that, you know, hey, we're America, you know, just try downsizing. You know, the quickest way to like double your mileage or get at least a big mileage gain is to move down to a smaller car. And these are the cars that were the things that enthusiasts always love driving. Lightweight, nimble performance. You don't have to have a 600 horsepower car to, as we've seen out here today, to have a good time. There's plenty of lightly powered, anything from a Porsche Boxster to the Mini John Cooper Works Mini to the Lotus.
The Exige especially.
They're more fun than, end up being more fun than a lot of the monster powered cars.
Now,
I think with technology as we're going forward, I think material technology is going to be the big part that you look at a car now and it's what, £3,500, £4,000.
Yeah.
You know, that Rolls Royce, I got no idea what that looks
Like
that weighs.
5,500 or something.
But, you know, to get mass out of cars.
Yeah.
And you know, we've done it with the space program. We've done it with aeroplanes. You know, the only reason why we haven't done it with cars is that there was no real impetus.
Yeah.
You know, to use these exotic materials. And I think going forward, I think we're going to see lighter and lighter weight cars. People still want the same size of car.
Yeah.
You know, like the average family sedan, but
Take out the bulk.
I think we're going to be taking £500-600 out of those cars, which is going to improve.
Can you do it and still have all the airbags and all the crash standards without making every, you know, car, you know, full of pricey aluminum or something? You think there's a way to do it?
The Lotus does it. It's fine.
But that's relatively small.
We have to take a break though. We have to sell some advertising. When we come back, we're going to find out if the V8 is actually dead or if it's got a few years left in it. Stick around. All right, I'm here with Lisa Barrow, East Coast Communications Manager for Chrysler Corporation. Thanks for being with us.
Absolutely.
Now, on our last show, we asked fans to ask some questions to the automakers, and I have one from a fan to you.
I'm ready.
Directed at the Chrysler Corporation. Is the V8 engine dead, given the state of environmental concerns and fuel prices?
Not yet.
Not yet. What's it got left in it?
Well, here's what's interesting. Everybody's sort of turning toward making cars more fuel efficient, and with the Hemi, for example, it has a multi-displacement system. So it allows you to go from 8 cylinders when you're accelerating on the highway to 4 when you're out there cruising.
How
It's
effective
better
is
fuel
it?
economy. Very effective. It's like 20-25% better fuel economy. And we have new hybrids out, the Aspen and the Durango. Those both have the Hemi V8, so you can be running on gas or you can be running on electricity. So there's ways to keep the V8s around, but still make the cars overall more fuel efficient. So
Okay, that sounds good. Thanks for being on the show.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it. The question here is the V8 dead or does it have a few years left in it? Now we're in America, land of the V8, so this is a tough argument. What do you think?
You know, for trucks, people still need pickup trucks.
Yeah.
You look at all the construction sites and all the delivery and things like that. They're all pickup trucks. They're all, you know, basically V8s. You know, a low revving V8 can be fuel efficient. We're seeing Ford go to the EcoBoost, which is a V6 with a turbo. We've seen, in some cases, 4-cylinder turbos give the same performance as a V6, but also
or a V8. I mean, the STI and the Evo give, you know, are
But the fuel
out there.
economy is about the same.
Yeah.
You know,
If you got to wind it out, then it evens out.
Personally, I don't think the V8's dead. I think there's a lot of work that could be done on V8s. You know, the domestic V8s are fairly archaic in terms of their design. You know, you've got 4 valves per cylinder. You know.
Push rod stuff. And
Yeah, well, if you can go to twin overhead cam and then have phase timers and do a lot with intake and exhaust timing, you know, fuel injection systems and things like that, I think you can still get some fuel economy out. And I still think people will, you know, pay to have a nice V8.
Yeah, what do you think about that?
Yeah, you know, they sound magnificent. Of course, you know, nothing sounds anywhere from a Challenger that we got out here to the to the Benzes and to, of course, to a Ferrari, the really primo Ferraris and things like that. So the guy, you know, the automakers make the argument, hey, these are the weekend toys. The guy's going to park and maybe put 3,000, 5,000 miles a year on the car. That the hit in the wallet and in the environment isn't as much as you might think. Yeah, so right, there's got to be a niche for these.
Yeah, I don't think it's dead either. I mean, I showed a couple episodes ago that you can get really good gas mileage out of a Corvette.
Yeah.
There's a big V8 in it, and I can get over 30, no problem.
But it's relatively light.
Yeah.
You know, the Corvette's what, 3,300 pounds?
Yeah, it's about.
Yeah, you've got
so.
a big V8 as long as you don't use.
But on the
power.
other hand, that GL 320 Mercedes, the diesel, weighed 6,000 pounds, and you were getting 25. I was getting 25 out of it with tons of power with the turbo diesel 6. So I think a lot of the trucks could switch to that and without sacrificing much.
Downsizing in the same way that the vehicles will probably see smaller V8s. You know, right? Maybe you're not going to see 420s. You know, 7-liter V8s and 8-liter V8s. They're going to have to shrink them down and make them more efficient.
Well, guys, thanks so much for being on the show. Always a pleasure talking to
Thank
you
you
guys
very
about
much.
cars.
Thanks a lot, man.
Next time we're in town together, let's do another one.
Sounds good to me.
Let's go drive some cars.
Okay.
Next New Networks, exclusive video partner for the Web 2.0 Expo, September 16th through the 19th. Garage419 fans save $100 with our exclusive code.